Welcome everybody. Welcome to Wing Talks, the first in the series of our talks with spiritual leaders, healers, helpers from across the world, here to help humanity at this time and to raise a little bit of consciousness. And I'm very honoured to welcome today Anjani Amriit, all the way from Australia. Welcome, Anjani. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. So Anjani helps and assists people in small businesses and the corporate world also to find their soul purpose and to help them surpass any limitations that are holding them back from living their greatest life. So Anjani, I'm going to hand it over to you, and if you can tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you got here and how you help people.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thanks, Maria. So I'm originally from the UK, and I have been in Australia, lived in Australia for 20 years now. And I came to Australia searching, really. I was really kind of miserable in my life. I was in a relationship that I wasn't happy with. I was in a job that I wasn't happy with. And I was working as a corporate lawyer at the time. And I was earning a stack of money, had the success, ticked all the boxes that I thought I needed to tick to get some success, to be successful in life. And it just wasn't cutting it. I mean, it just wasn't doing it for me. And I didn't know why. I thought that by working really hard and getting a certain title that I would be happy and fulfilled and my life, and that life would be amazing. And it just wasn't. And I became quite physically ill as well. So I had irritable bowel syndrome. And I suffered from regular panic attacks and anxiety, like low-level anxiety, most days, every day in my job, working pretty much 22 hours a day on deals. And I got to Australia, and it didn't change, and I thought it would. It just was the same thing over again. And someone said to me, suggested that I go and try meditating, and I was like, meditating? I don't need to meditate. That's for hippy dippies, I thought at the time. Anyway, I thought, I'll try anything, because I was so stressed out. And I went to this meditation class, and I remember there was just a pile of shoes on the floor at the bottom of the stairs, and I kind of dutifully took off my shoes and walked up the stairs, and I was like, oh no, should I really be here? And got into the room, and it was a room full of people all sitting on the floor, and I was in my business gear, so I was not dressed for the meditation. Anyway, the meditation starts, and it was literally like a switch had flicked in me, and it was like all the lights came on, and it was profound. I had a smile on my face for 3 days. It was like I'd taken drugs. Not that I've ever taken drugs. I had a Barocca once. It was messy. And it just, I had this deep connection to myself that I'd never felt before, but strangely felt like home, that I couldn't explain to anyone, never mind myself, about what had happened. And it all just started from there, my inner journey, looking at what else is there in life that I'm not aware of, and studied. So then I studied Ayurvedic medicine, so holistic medicine. I studied yoga, so to become a yoga teacher. I studied psychosynthesis, so the combination of psychology with spirituality, energy healing, many modalities that just fed my soul. And I found my home, I found my purpose, I found meaning in my life that I'd been searching for. And what I do now these days is I help mainly women do the same for themselves. So women in corporate, if they're in the corporate world, especially leaders, to bring their genuine gifts, their feminine gifts into that corporate into commerce, into their corporate world. Feminine qualities such as connection, kindness, love, intuition, creativity, all of those lovely qualities. I also help business women really identify their brand, what their message is, who they are and what their gifts are, and package it in a way so that they can identify who their ideal clients are and really get to know them, connect with them, and be successful in bringing their gifts to the world. And I also help seekers, so people who are on a spiritual path who want to go deeper with their spirituality and their connection in any way, and as pretty much as deep as they want to go. So really helping them to do that. And I love it. It's my passion. It's a privilege to be able to do this work. And I feel very blessed to be able to do this work. So I do that through private mentoring, one-on-one mentoring, also group work. And I also run sacred retreats around the globe to sacred hotspots. So Australia being one of them, also India, and around the globe where we connect to certain energies, initiated land, and with that outer journey, we go on an inner journey of self-exploration and discovery that is really enlightening for people.
That's wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you at Uluru one day.
Yes. Yes, make sure you do come over for that.
Well, I mean, obviously, for those who don't know, we're cousins, first cousins, and I've watched you grow up and blossom, and just amaze. You are amazing to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I find the interesting thing as well, I think we've talked about this before, is that along the female bloodline, how, you know, for others that don't know, we're half Cypriot, which is a very orthodox country. So, you know, being open-minded and strong women is not really appreciated over here. And I find it really interesting that of our own bloodline, there's, well, 4 of us if you include our Andrew, bless him, and Mario as well, your brother Mario, that are all open spiritually, and I find that really kind of interesting. Because with you saying that you work a lot with women, you know, and the power of the woman, perceive the right of the womb as well. So that's all encompassing. I'm sure that helps. I'm sure that helps. And when you're empowering women, that we've got such a strong female bloodline in our own bloodline, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to add to that Maria, you passed on this right of the womb to me, and I cannot thank you enough for that. And I just want to share how deeply transformative that was for me and for the women that I've passed that on to, in terms of that healing of the divine feminine, of the womb space. And there's such a great healing to be done for women in and around the womb space and everything that connects to. And for me, that is a fantastic way that we can empower women, ourselves as women, and other women to bring deep healing, because women are the glue in our communities and in commerce. We're the glue. And I learned that from an Aboriginal elder, a friend of mine, who shared that with me. And it just really rang true for me that we are the glue, and we've forgotten that. And it's time for us to stand up and be that glue. And to do that, we have to heal ourselves, and we have to heal our family line, our bloodlines, our karmic bondage, our karmic wounding. And it's the woman that does that. It's the woman that passes on the bloodline. So it's got to start and end with us as women. So I'm grateful to you for passing that on to me.
Oh, I'm grateful to you for that day. The whole day was so empowering. What you did was mind-blowing that day. It was amazing. And a couple of the ladies that you met there will be doing live streaming this week.
Oh, right.
So yeah. Okay, so in the essence of this live feed week of helping humanity, especially those that are in a bit of turmoil right now, you know, with what's going on in the world. I'm not going to name it. We're not going to give it that power. However, we all know what's going on. So, you know, there's a lot of people that have lost people, and we send love prayers out to them, to the people that are in transition state, and to all the aid workers, you know, from the delivery drivers to the nurses and doctors, to, you know, the veterinary surgeons, who people seem to forgetting about when they, you know, people that are delivering food, all the people that are in aid now. We want to send love and compassion to those, and to help to alleviate the fears that people may be carrying within them, that maybe have surfaced old fears right now that have amplified the fear that they're feeling right now, just for this situation, where I think people can be kind of being jolted into a lot of fear rising up right now, and that could go back from the last pandemic, maybe, you know. So, and I think in these times we really need to band together as a community, and if we've got a gift, share it with the world, you know, share it freely.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So today, I think you said you was going to do us a little meditation to help people lift their spirits, and if you want to tell us a bit more about what you will do.
Sure. So it's really important that when we're experiencing any challenges, any challenging time, that we connect in, go in, rather than trying to seek help, aid, support from outside of us. Because when we connect inward, then we can connect to something that's bigger than us, our soul, our spirit, our guides, and feel that infinite support, tap into it, tune into it, connect to it. And that can keep us stable and centered no matter what's going on in the world. So with that in mind, what I'd like to do is a guided meditation and healing, just to really help people connect to who they really are, their spirit, their own guides, connect back in with their feelings and emotions, so they're not owning us, they're not having power over us, and really pulling on and drawing on that bigger power, that higher power, connecting to the higher consciousness, the universe, the quantum field, God, divine, whatever you want to call it, I agree, so that we can bring that into our lives and see the bigger picture of what's really going on here, which is a massive opportunity for everyone to step up, to show up, and to speak up about our truth, about who we are, about our gifts, share them with the world, and do it courageously, because the time of the patriarch is over in terms of competition, separation, isolation, and it's being highlighted so much right now. And the bigger truth that is emerging is that we're all really connected. And the irony is, I don't know about you for your experience, but you know, even us talking like this, we're so much more connected now because we're in isolation, that it just helps us all, you know, connect more deeply, to connect to what's more meaningful to us, and do the thing that we came here to do, like start that purpose, start on our mission. We know that we came here to do something greater. This is it. That's why we all incarnated here, all the light workers, the healers, the coaches, the mentors. We chose this time now to be part of the solution. So
absolutely. That's why I believe even the people that are not, I don't really like using these terms, but awake yet, are not awakened to what we're aware of. They're here at this time, So they have a purpose, you know. So no matter how small you may feel or insignificant, you're here for a purpose, and it's time to embrace that now, and to feel into that now. I just think this is a really exciting time, you know. Just the energy is just like alive, if you know what I mean. So this is a massive opportunity for people, and I think and for the planet Earth. I mean, I have to say, being an Earth keeper, you know, I'm just like, this is just fantastic, you know. Even here where I live, and I live in the middle of nowhere, right? Keepers, neighbours. The smog over the back towards Nicosia on an evening is a bit brownish, but it's gone now. You don't see it at all. So, you know, that's just in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing. Mother Earth is getting a chance to heal and, you know, to replenish. And that, obviously, because we're all connected, that will return to us tenfold.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like any mother, she's a giver. So, I just think it's really exciting, and you know, I just pray for it to continue and accelerate now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. And you know, that healing and replenishing, what you speak about of Mother Earth, that is the macrocosm of what's happening for us on a microcosm way, that it's time for us to heal and replenish. And that's why we're all being put in solitary confinement. You know, we're all being grounded to take time out to stop and reflect and go inwards and replenish and heal and do that inner work. And it only takes a certain number of people to do that. It doesn't, not every single person has to do that for the shift to occur. Enough of us. It's that 100 monkey syndrome. Enough of us. So if we all can try just a little bit to spend some time in inner reflection, to connect in, to ask ourselves, what do I really want? What do I want to create in this new world that's being birthed? Because it's a blank canvas right now. It's like all bets are off. Create whatever you want. Here you go. Off you go. So let's do that together.
It's really interesting because I've been seeing a lot of people posting, oh, when's it going to go back to normal? And I'm like, no, no, you're not getting it. Well, no, we don't want to go back to that normal.
Yeah.
We're just repeating the same process if we do.
Yes.
So, it's time for something new.
Yeah,
anyway.
the new normal.
So, on that note, we shall go into the meditation. Is that okay with you?
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I don't know how to put you on full screen.
I think this is great. This is perfect.
I just wanted to put you on full screen while you're doing your bit, that's all. Anyway, okay.
All right.
Over to you.
Closing our eyes. And just take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, releasing any fear, any anxiety, any tension, let it go. And another nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax the shoulders, soften the belly, and let your energy drop into your body. You can spend so much time up in the head, scared, worrying, thinking, obsessing. You're just allowing your energy to drop into the body. Another nice deep breath in. Breathing out, dropping down into your body. Let the belly be soft. And taking your awareness to the inhalation and the exhalation. And just noticing if it's rising and falling at the chest or the belly area. Often when we're in fight or flight, when we're nervous or anxious or worrying, We shallow breathe in the chest. We're just allowing the outward breath to start to descend into the belly by simply softening the belly. Don't force or push it, just invite it to naturally drop into the belly, feeling heavier into the chair that you're sitting in. And relaxing. And then checking in with yourself and asking yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel in this present moment? And let your body respond. How do I feel in this present moment? And if you get a good or a fine, then just know that that is the programmed response that gets spat out. But just dig a little deeper, drop a little deeper underneath that. And see if you can notice any deeper feelings. Maybe some sadness in there, some fear, anxiety, some grief even, some panic. And just accepting whatever it is you find. You may discover peace there, whatever it is for you. Noticing if your body feels warm or cold, heavy or light, relaxed or clenched, dry or moist, light or heavy. Simply noticing without judgment. Dialing in more and more to your inner environment. Becoming more centered, more connected. And then we're going to regulate the breath. We're going to engage with some 6-3 breathing. And what this does, it's like flipping a switch from fight or flight or freeze to rest, digest, and recoup. So we're going to breathe in through the nostrils for the count of 6. Hold the breath in for the count of 3. And then release the breath out of the nostrils for the count of 6. Breathing out. Hold out for the count of 3. And breathing back in for the count of 6. Hold in for 3. Releasing for 6. Hold out for 3. In for 6. Hold for 3. Out for 6. Hold for 3. In for 6. Hold. Breathing out for 6. Hold. Breathing in for 6. Hold. And breathing out, just releasing the breath and returning to your normal breathing rhythm. And checking in again. Notice how you're feeling now. Notice how your body's feeling. Notice what's happened to the breath. And then we're going to allow the breath to breathe you. So this time, just using your normal breathing rhythm. As you breathe in, feeling Mother Earth, breathing in fresh vital prana into you. And as you breathe out, releasing all toxins, all waste, all congestion, release. Breathing in, allow Mother Earth to breathe you. Breathing out, releasing all toxins, waste, congestion, worry and concern. Just giving it to Mother Earth, where we ask that it be dissolved and disintegrated and transmuted back into love and light. Breathing in, receiving fresh vital prana, life force from Mother Earth. Breathing out, releasing. Now breathing in, receiving. And this time as you breathe out, sharing your love with Mother Earth. Breathing in, receiving blessings. Breathing out, sending love, gratitude. And just continuing for a few moments, really feeling yourself being replenished, supported, revitalized, connected to each other, to Mother Earth, to all of creation, as we call on the Supreme Being, Divine Mother, Divine Father. We call on our souls and the divine spark within. We call on all of our guides, teachers, and friends in the spiritual hierarchy who love us unconditionally. We call on beloved Mother Earth, Parameshwari, Mother Gaia, Bhuvaneshwari. We call on the cosmic Panchabhutas, the 5 elements of life: ether, air, fire, earth, and water. We call on the traditional owners of all lands of Mother Earth, who have unconditional love for humanity. We call on your ancestors, beloveds, past, present, and emerging. We call on all of the traditions who are present here at this time to assist in the awakening and ascension of humanity. We call forth beloved Narayani, Shri Shakti Amma, O Namo Narayani, Divine Mother. We call on the sacred feminine, the matriarchal energy of the Aquarian age. We call on all of the great masters, sages, saints, guru, rishi, and avatar who've perfected life on earth and who guide us with unconditional love. We ask for your blessings today of divine guidance, divine healing, divine protection, divine intervention, and revealing grace, as we ask that our consciousness be lifted, be awakened to the truth, so that we may play our part in the unfolding plan of peace, harmony, and unity on earth. We ask this through divine grace, so be it. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, gifting that prayer, that invocation, sankalpa to yourself. And feeling the presence of your own soul, your light, your heart, taking your awareness to the heart, the heart chakra or energy center at the center of the chest. And imagining that you can open a gateway in your own heart chakra and enter into a different dimension, from the third dimension into higher dimensional vibrations of the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. As you open the doorway, you feel an immense, warm, powerful, loving embrace of light, golden light. Feel it pouring into your heart, all around you and through you. And allow yourself to be welcomed into the inner dwelling, the inner cave, the inner sanctum sanctorum, through the Sacred Heart. As you step through this doorway, you are greeted by your guides. They welcome you. They take your hand and they walk you along a pathway, a golden pathway, through a beautiful meadow and fields. And they are showing you here today new earth. They're showing you the vision that the higher beings have for humanity. They're showing you what there is to come. They're very excited that you are here and your soul contracted, agreed to do this work. Your soul knew that it would be doing this exact thing at this exact time, on this exact day. And just feel the truth in that. Your guide is now going to take you to a library in this inner temple, a library of light. Many, many books of light, many scholars and higher dimensional beings present in this library. And you are shown to a chair and a table. And you're asked to open your heart to receive a book, the book of your life, the book of your soul's plan and purpose for this lifetime. Offer your gratitude to the library keepers. Send them love. And open your heart to receive your book of light. And being aware of a book slowly moving off one of the shelves and making its way to you. It gently settles on the table in front of you and opens to a specific page. And as it opens, you notice many, many codes of light emanating out of the book and pouring into your heart. Breathing in these codes of light, receiving the wisdom and the blessings, thinking thank you, as a great portal is open here. Just receiving and feeling the love that these library wisdom keepers are sharing with you right now. Many, many pages turning in this book as more and more codes of light pouring into your heart, receiving many keys that will open many doorways to many dimensions for the days, weeks, and months to come, to prepare you, support you, and bring you all of the realizations, understanding, awakening, and consciousness that your soul requires and desires. Know that you are worthy to receive this. And just allow. For in the beginning, there is always light and sound. And in the awakening of humanity to the new light and sound, there is a process of rebirth. And as with any birth, comes the birth process, the change, the difficulty, the challenge. And yet through this struggle, we are born. There is victory, joy, pleasure, bliss, awe, and divine ecstasy. This awaits all who choose this path. Join us now in this great awakening, for there is much joy and splendor to behold, much light, warmth, sun, peace, connection, and radiance. Breathing in and receiving the blessings. And as you breathe out, gifting this to yourself. It is now almost time for us to leave this sacred place, this inner sanctum. But before we do, we are each going to be given a gift. Imagine holding your right hand out to receive the gift, and a being of light lovingly approaching you and placing this gift in your hand to assist you in your own awakening and to remind you of who you really are once you return back to the third dimensional plane of physical reality. Offering your gratitude to this loving being, this archangel of this sacred library, a true record wisdom keeper. Namaste, beloved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now it is time for us to return. We're slowly standing up from the table and following your guide back out of the library, back along the path. And as you walk back along the path, just take a look around you and look at the new earth that is being shown to you. Take notice of how it feels, what it looks like, who is here. And take this impression back with you as you journey back towards the gateway, returning back down through 9th, 8th, 7th, sixth, fifth, fourth dimension. Returning back to the gateway in your own heart chakra and stepping back gently and easily into the third dimension. Coming back into your body, back into the room, and bringing all of that light and consciousness with you. Don't leave it there, bring it all the way back with you. And just starting to take a few deeper breaths now into the belly, bringing your consciousness back to the body, back into the room, feeling grounded here on earth, happy to be back to share these gifts. Wiggling your fingers and toes, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes with a big smile. As we give great thanks to all the beloved ones who've assisted us today and who eternally guide and assist us back home to the heart with much love and gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.
Wow, that was beautiful, powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's really interesting because people have been asking me recently to do the meditation to the Akashic records, and not done it yet, and then we've done it today, so thank you.
We are but channels for whatever wants to come through. That was not planned.
No, I could tell when you switch from reading a script mode to channel mode. Yeah. It's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Interesting. I got given a stone, like a pebble on a beach, but a biggish one, round one, like a grey colour, and it got a symbol on it.
What was the symbol?
I must draw it so I don't forget it, because I'm not a very good artist. Had a lot of symbols recently, actually.
And there were lots of symbols, what I was seeing in the meditation, because I'm simply saying what I'm seeing. Lots of symbols coming out of the book. So if you remember the light book opening, there was lots of symbols. Yeah. Of course it was. Lots of symbols coming out. So I refer them as light codes. To me, they're light codes, codes of light that hold wisdom in them. And then when they connect to us, it activates whatever codes we've got inside of us already.
Yeah. This is not a very good drawing, but it's not if you can see it actually. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know where it is on my screen.
That's it. Just there. Perfect. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Looks like some kind of staff to me.
Well, it was actually more skinny. Just how I've drawn it is not right, but it's a bit skinnier, like probably one line, but then the like arrowheads coming off.
Right.
Yeah, I'll draw it again afterwards. But wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not seeing anybody joining us online. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if I should have sent an invite out somewhere or something. I don't know, because this is my first time. So I don't know why nobody's viewing, because there was a load of people wanting to view it. So anyway, we'll just continue anyway, because people can watch the playback and we can share the video afterwards, can't we?
Exactly.
So I wanted to ask you if you wouldn't mind, that is, because we've got like 15 minutes left, sharing a little bit more about the soul purpose work that you do. And to end the video, it would be nice if you could give people 3 tips on how to self-care during isolation.
Okay, sure. So the work that I do with individuals is to help them connect to their power so that they can amplify their potential and align with their purpose. So I find that before we can help humanity, before we can serve humanity, we've got to be in our own power. We've got to be self-empowered. So we have to clear enough of our own limitations, limiting beliefs, fears, in order to process that so that we're in enough power ourselves, so that when we're working with other people, we're not getting pulled into their stuff. We're able to stay strong in our own right, and that we have in our own life empowered relationships, an empowered business, an empowered self, so that we can stand the test of time when we're helping and supporting other people. So empowerment is a big piece of that. And then once we're in our power, we can start to tap into more of our potential, which comes from within. So practices to then start to connect within to our own inner power, our grace, our spirit, our soul. And then when we're tapped into that, we can start to remember our purpose. So I say that there's purpose in everything. So everything that we do has a purpose. And there's a difference between a life purpose and a soul purpose. So a life purpose is something we want outside of us, more money, a house, a car, a job. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a really important place to start. And then ultimately, as we start to connect more deeply with our soul, we start to connect with that inner calling to serve humanity in some way, to serve our communities, to serve commerce, to serve our families, in whatever way it is. And that's the transpersonal work that I then help people with, and how I can bring that, how I help people bring that into their businesses as a business, or into their lives with their families and communities. So that's the work that I do. And the 3 tips that I want to leave everyone with today are to stop, to check in, and to reconnect. So stop, so taking time out and doing that practice of 6-3 breathing that we did at the beginning just helps us come out of the sympathetic nervous system of fight, flight, worry, concern, anxiety, and back into the parasympathetic nervous system. So rest, digest, recoup, regenerate. And especially at these times, in this time of massive fear, it is vital. It's not a necessity. It's a vital part of our daily practice to connect with the breath and come back to self, connect back to the ever-present self, the unchanging self. When our emotional brain gets too activated, we can't actually think straight, we can't make decisions, and we can't be reasoned. And so this is a really great practice to flip the switch back into rest and digest, and then we can go about our day. So 6-3 breathing to stop. And then number 2, check in. So checking with our bodies, again, like we did on the practice today, checking in with our bodies, connecting to the breath and connecting to our feelings. Because often we're feeling our feelings, but we're not actually knowing what we are feeling. We're stuffing it down, we're suppressing it. And often we can suppress it with TV, food, shopping. We're not allowed to anymore. You know, that's all kind of being cut out. But ways that we suppress our feelings. So then our feelings control us. So the better way to do it is to connect with our feelings and just sit with them, notice them, watch them, observe them, witness them, and be a loving, compassionate friend to our feelings. Whatever it is that's coming up, let it just come up and be present to it. So be present to our feelings so that we can have more control over our lives rather than be controlled by our feelings and emotions. And then thirdly, reconnecting. So plugging into our soul. And that can be through meditation or mantra, puja, yoga, walking in nature, staring at the sun, staring at the moon, crystals, whatever it is for you, just do it. Journaling, do it. Engage in that practice to connect with something bigger than your physical self, your 5 senses. Because it's there, it's ever present, and we just need to take a few moments to plug into it. And then all of the resources that we need start coming to us. All of the intuition, the guidance can flow to us. And from that place, then we can start to take aligned action. So that's my 3 tips for today.
Thank you. Wonderful, fantastic tips. I hope everybody takes that on board and loves the flow. I just like being in the flow. So that is perfect word to end this live chat on, I think, is flow. Stay
I
in
agree.
the flow.
Yes.
Float on the stream. Don't swim against it.
Yeah.
Anjani, thank you for being with us today. I'm really sorry that there's nobody on the live stream as we're live. But I might have to figure that out. It is my first time. However, if anybody comments or anything, I don't know if you'll be able to see the comments afterwards. You know, if anybody asks you any questions or anything.
We probably can. So let's trust in the order of it. Let's trust, and we can share the live on the recording. So
yeah, but if anybody would like to connect with Anjani personally, to ask any questions personally or about anything else, then her name is on the screen there, Anjani Amriit. You can connect with her on all social media outlets. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. Thank you for popping my cherry on live feed.
And thank you for being brave enough to show up. And I'm super proud of you. And I wish you best in everything that you do, because you're amazing.
Thank you. Likewise. My gosh, you know me. I just do what I'm told. I'm a good little servant. I've got to push your boundaries, haven't you? You know. And I think this time, especially, if people don't come out of it with a new skill, then what are they doing with the time? You know, even if it's learning meditation or, you know, I think it's a good time for. If you want the world to push boundaries, then you've got to start pushing your own.
Yeah, well said. Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
So yeah, how do you end a live feed?
Namaste, I think would be good.
Yeah, namaste. Oh wait, 1 second. So the rest of the week coming up, we've got. Let me just check. Tomorrow, we've got men's mental health, which is a little less talked about subject, which I'm quite interested to hear more about. With Daniel Francis, and I think that's at 2:00 tomorrow. We'll have to check because it's on the thing. That's tomorrow. On Wednesday, we've got Catherine Ritchie from the UK doing angel meditation, and on Thursday we have Tiffany. Tiffany was my Munaiki the Right of the Womb teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, she lives in Mexico, but she's in the UK at the moment, and she's a shamanic practitioner. She does lots of different things. So if you can catch that one, I think you'd enjoy that one.
Amazing.
Yeah. And on Friday, it's going to be late. It's going to be 10:00 here, so it's probably too late for you there. But my friends Pri and Mark in the UK, they're going to sing a little song that they've wrote for this time and do some sound healing. So that'll be interesting.
Beautiful.
And on Saturday, do you remember Kalyani that you met when we did the joint thing that day?
Yes.
Kalyani is going to be doing something on Saturday around. I've not wrote it down in yet. It's on there. Soul Union.
Oh, beautiful.
So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to all of these talks, and hopefully, if this goes down well and we figure out how to get people onto the live stream, we will do more, because we have lots of friends all over the world that do amazing things, and they may be lesser known. We're not all Greg Bradens, but we're still doing powerful work. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you again, Helen.
Thank you so much.
Just stay online when I click off, and we'll just have a little natter. Okay. So thank you, everybody, whoever you are all over the world. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.